In this video, we'll explore the transformation of an old laptop to a gaming console, and look how old underpowered hardware perform as a gaming rig. Join me as we tackle the challenges, upgrades and unexpected twists along the way. The first task was to clean the laptop. Its surface had a sticky coating, making it quite unpleasant. After some tedious effort though, I managed to remove most of it. Corn flour helped with the rest, providing a smoother feel. Corn flour? Really? I will take care of the rest later. Let's take a closer look at the laptop specs we are working with. The CPU is an Intel Core i7-3630Q with an NVIDIA NVS 5200M GPU, 8 GB of RAM, and I upgraded storage from HDD to SSD. I decided to install Bazzite, a Linux distribution designed to replicate the steamOS experience. However, during installation, the SSD wasn't recognized. I tried installing Bazzite on the SSD from another computer, hoping that having the OS pre-installed would solve the issue. Turns out, it was my fault. Remember that SSD upgrade? I hadn't aligned it properly, causing it to slide under the connector. After resolving the SSD issue, I attempted another installation. Unfortunately, I encountered a bootloader failed to be configured error. Not very promising. And yes, it was broken. So I obtained a fresh ISO and tried again. Surprisingly, it worked. We had a usable system, but the NVIDIA GPU could not be detected. Only the integrated GPU functioned, which wasn't ideal. I experimented with GNOME, hoping its discrete GPU option would help. No luck. Next, I tried the NVIDIA Bazzite version. The reason I did not try this before is that the older GPUs like mine fare better with the open source Nouveau driver than the proprietary one. Unfortunately, no matter what I tried, I could not force it to use the NVIDIA GPU. I investigated LibreBoot, an open source firmware, and discovered that while this computer is supported, the GPU is not. So I gave up on hybrid graphics and the dedicated GPU because I guess they are not supported on Linux for this computer. Installing games, I encountered a launch error. The GPU likely didn't support Vulkan. To work around this, I set a launch option to use Proton on OpenGL. Proton use when D3D equals 1. Additionally, to limit the FPS on games that do not have an image limiter, I used the following command: vblank mode equals 3. Don't forget to add %command % at the end of your launch option if you replicate it. I realized that I hadn't installed the home theater version of Bazzite, which includes the GameScope session. So once again, I have to install it with the correct version. Great. As I am reinstalling everything anyway, I decided to install Windows on the PC and hopefully resolving a boot problem by updating the firmware. Oh, that's a beautiful wallpaper for the Windows installer. Let's update the firmware.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, no, no.
Remember when I mentioned installing the wrong version of Bazzite because I wanted GameScope to work? Well, it turns out that GameScope only functions on AMD systems, which ours is not. The good news is that I managed to fix the boot issue in the new firmware. The culprit was the fast boot setting in the BIOS, which wasn't configured minimally and was performing checks that prevented the drive from booting.